already. So he's off Mufasa, he off. I can't use him for the fantasy no more because my friend is off. So I gotta find somebody else. Gotta go back to Lenny Kravitz. Looks like there's a new couple in Hollywood. Aaron Pierre, Teyana. Aaron Pierre, that's Teyana.
It was supposed to be nothing more than another night of joy, laughter, and togetherness. The kind of night where family comes together, friends gather close, and music fills the air with warmth. An upscale Atlanta lounge had been reserved for what should have been a peaceful, private celebration. Glasses clinked, soft R&B hummed in the background, and conversations floated across the dimly lit room. For a while, everything felt perfect. But as many people now know, what happened that night would turn into one of the most unforgettable and chaotic scenes in recent memory. The lights were low, the drinks were flowing, and everyone was in high spirits until everything changed. In a heartbeat, without warning, the atmosphere shifted, almost as if the air itself froze. That shift came the very moment Aaron Pierre stepped through the door. He wasn't supposed to be there. At least, that's what several insiders insist. His sudden, uninvited arrival landed like a bomb in the middle of the lounge, rattling everyone present. Conversations stopped. Heads turned, side eyes darted across the room, and the air grew so tense you could cut it with a knife. Almost immediately, whispers started buzzing. Some of Teyana's close friends exchanged uneasy looks, their smiles vanishing as quickly as they appeared. Others deliberately turned away, pretending not to notice him at all. But one person noticed Aaron instantly, Teyana's brother, and from the very second their eyes locked, the mood shifted permanently. You could see in their faces that this wasn't about to be a polite exchange of greetings. No, this was something much deeper. This was about history, ugly, unfinished, unresolved history. These two men had a past, and not the kind you could brush aside with small talk. Tension had been brewing between them for months. It wasn't just about petty arguments, it was accusations, disrespect, and quiet confrontations that had been left to fester. Aaron's unexpected appearance that night was like tossing gasoline on an already burning flame. One eyewitness later told reporters that they were standing near the bar when it all went down. They said Teyana's brother didn't waste a second. He rose from his seat, strode across the room with a determined walk, and locked eyes with Aaron in a way that silenced the crowd. Even the music seemed to fade, as though the room itself was bracing for what was about to happen. This wasn't a friendly, "Hey, how are you?" moment. This was pure, unfiltered hostility and energy so thick that even people who didn't know the backstory could feel the danger. And here's the part that made it even more complicated. This wasn't just about Teyana's love life. It wasn't just about who she was dating or what the tabloids had been whispering about. This was about family pride, loyalty, and that unwritten code that blood always comes first. For months, rumors had been floating around about Aaron. People whispered that he wasn't treating Teyana right. Some claimed he was careless, disrespectful, and not showing her the loyalty she deserved. Stories circulated about him showing up late to events she invited him to, pulling out of important appearances at the last minute, and even getting caught in flirty conversations with other women when he thought no one was paying attention. Whether every story was true or not didn't matter anymore. For her brother, the damage had already been done. Aaron had crossed a line that couldn't be uncrossed. Teyana herself had been walking on eggshells for months, trying to juggle two worlds. On one hand, she wanted peace. She didn't want constant tension, didn't want her brother going after Aaron every chance he got. On the other hand, she knew how protective her brother was, maybe even to a fault. Deep down, she probably prayed they'd never end up in the same room again. But fate had other plans that night, and when Aaron walked in, it set everything in motion. First, the exchange between the two men was quiet, almost restrained, but the energy was loud. You could see it in their body language, the stiff shoulders, the sharp hand gestures, the eyes that refused to look away. And then it happened. Aaron smirked. Just one small, smug curl of the lip, but that smirk was enough to detonate the moment. The instant Teyana's brother saw it, he stepped closer. Voices rose. The words "you don't respect her" and "you better watch yourself" allegedly rang out across the room. By then, phones were already out. Guests could sense something explosive was about to unfold, and then in an instant, it did. One shove, followed by another. And before anyone could stop it, fists started flying. The lounge erupted in gasps and chaos. Glasses shattered on the floor. People screamed. Security rushed in. But it was too late, the damage was already done. Aaron was pulled back by 2 guards while Teyana'S brother was restrained by his friends, his voice cracking with raw anger as he shouted. It wasn't just a fight. It was years of pent-up frustration boiling over in front of dozens of witnesses. And the most shocking part, Teyana was in the room when it all happened. She didn't scream. She didn't throw herself between them. She froze, just for a moment, as if she couldn't believe what she was seeing. Then, without a word, she grabbed her bag, pressed her lips into a thin, tight line, and headed for the door. Her eyes looked glassy, her face unreadable. She didn't look back once. Her mother followed her closely, but not before shooting Aaron the coldest glare of the night. Within hours, the story had already spread online. By the next morning, blurry clips of the brawl were circulating on TikTok and Twitter. Some videos were grainy, others crystal clear, but all showed the same scene. 2 men clashing violently in the middle of what was supposed to be a peaceful family gathering. Fans split instantly into 2 camps. Some praised Teyana'S brother, calling him a hero for defending his sister's honor. Others criticized the violence, saying it only made things worse. On Twitter, comments flooded in. "You can't just let someone disrespect your sister like that," one user wrote. Another countered, "This should have been handled privately. Doing it in public only made everything messier." Meanwhile, TikTok users dissected every frame of the footage, analyzing side eyes, gestures, and lip movements, trying to decode exactly what was said before the fists flew. And of course, the conspiracy theories came. Some speculated the whole thing was staged to distract from another rumored scandal brewing between Teyana and Aaron. But for those who were actually there, it didn't look staged. It looked raw, real, and fueled by genuine emotion. Eventually, security escorted Aaron out of the building, but not before he shouted something that made Teyana pause in her tracks. To this day, no one can agree on what he said. Some claim it was an apology. Others insist it was a cruel remark. Whatever it was, it made her freeze for a second, take a deep breath, and then keep walking out the door. Later that night, Aaron was spotted at another lounge across town, laughing and drinking with friends as though nothing had happened. Meanwhile, Teyana disappeared completely, choosing silence over spectacle. Her brother went dark on social media, and insiders revealed whispers of Aaron being permanently banned from any future family gatherings. Others hinted that legal action might be on the table, especially since police were reportedly called, though no official reports have surfaced yet. And that's where the story gets complicated. From the outside, it looked like the breaking point, the moment everything collapsed for good. But with Teyana, nothing is ever so simple. People who know her best understand she loves fiercely, even to her own detriment. She's strong and protective of her peace, yes, but she's also forgiving. And sometimes that forgiveness keeps doors cracked open when they should be slammed shut. So the burning question remains, has she truly cut Aaron off for good? Or is there still a part of her holding on to the memory of what they once had? A close friend hinted to a gossip blog that this isn't over. And the way they said it sounded less like a warning and more like a promise. That one sentence sent the internet spiraling with speculation. Could there be reconciliation? Was this just another chapter, not the final ending? Because that's the thing about public relationships. They don't just affect the couple at the center. They ripple outward, shaking everyone connected to them. Teyana's family, her inner circle, her loyal fans, they've all been pulled into this storm. And storms don't always fade quietly. Sometimes the scars they leave keep reopening. At the end of the day, one truth remains. In stories like this, nothing is ever truly final. A single phone call, a single post, even one cryptic comment can flip the narrative upside down. To outsiders, it may look like the end, but those who've watched love unravel in the spotlight know better. With Teyana, nothing is truly over, at least not until she says it is.